Hello there everybody, Sam's Trains here and welcome back to the railway. Today's video is just going to be a very calm and quiet one, no drama or anything today, just a little bit of something to quietly remember our Queen. Initially for today's video I had filmed a review of a rather nice Bachmann coach, which I'm sure you'll all enjoy when the time comes out, but on today, the day of our Queen's funeral, I thought it would be nice to do something a little bit more respectful. I'm going to give you some of my thoughts on the Queen, and also I'm going to be showing you some of my favourite royal locomotives. So tune in, I hope you enjoy it. I understand that not everybody is a massive royalist, and of course that is absolutely fine. Some people have made their thoughts on that subject abundantly clear on the internet, which is interesting, I suppose, isn't it? Especially at this time, but free speech and all of that. However, no matter what your thoughts are on the institution, it's hard to get away from the fact that this is a person who dedicated her entire life to the service of her country. And in my opinion, she did a pretty good job. She seemed to always give it her best right up until the, 2 days before she passed away. I think that's really quite remarkable. She became Queen at 25 years old, which is younger than me, and she'd served ever since. Again, I think that's quite remarkable. Now, I'm sure there are worse jobs to do. I'm sure you can think of loads of them. And yeah, I'm sure it's been a pleasure to serve for 70 years as she did. But if you think, every job has got to have its ups and downs, hasn't it? And yet she never let those downs show. And you know, if you and I had lots of downs in our jobs, we might quit and do something else. But as the Queen, there was no way to do that. Not only did she fail to abdicate or anything like that, she stuck with it for 70 years, which is a literal lifetime. What an achievement that is. And if that doesn't do it for you, then just consider her a human being, an old lady who has passed away, an old lady who was also a mother, also a grandmother, and also a great-grandmother. So no matter what your thoughts are, I don't think there's any harm in showing a little bit of respect, showing a little bit of compassion for someone who objectively achieved quite a lot. And I trust that you will do the same in the comments. If you've got any memories you would like to share of the Queen and her massive history, please do so. Today though, I'm going to show some of my favourite royal related locomotives, and when you think about royal trains, at least for me, the obvious thought is this, the Princess Royal Class. And this is a fantastic locomotive from Hornby. This is the latest tooled version of the model. And obviously this particular example, quite fittingly, carries the name of Princess Elizabeth, which is of course Queen Elizabeth II before she ascended the throne, which is, yeah, very, very fitting. And what an incredible locomotive to represent the princesses at the time. The Princess Royal Class was introduced in 1933 to the design of William Stanier. The Princess Royal would be his first class of 4-cylinder Pacifics, and the first two engines, the Princess Royal and Princess Elizabeth, initially underperformed somewhat, and as a result Stanier fitted them with new boilers containing 32 superheater tubes rather than just 16 as originally fitted, and this quickly rectified the issues, and the design fast became an extremely successful express passenger locomotive, and 11 more examples were then constructed to the new design in a second batch. The class passed into British Railways ownership following 1948, and they continued in service until 1961, 1962, that kind of time, meaning that Queen Elizabeth II reigned for a good few years while these engines were in service. This example, Princess Elizabeth, was built in 1933 at Crewe Works, and it was the second of the first two ever to be built. She was withdrawn in 1962, but very fortunately was preserved, and of 13 produced, only 2 of them survive in preservation. So I wanted to run a couple of princess locos for you today, and I hope you'll like the two that I've chosen. It was actually very, very easy to choose these. So the first one is the modern, all-singing, all-dancing Princess Elizabeth from Hornby, and this one was designed recently, within the last few years of Queen Elizabeth's reign. And then on the middle line, we have the original triangle design of the Princess Class, which was created back in the first few years of the Queen's reign, back in the 1950s. So we've got a loco from the very start of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, and one from the very end. And here they're going to run together. So here we go. Not going to go too fast today. I think it might be nice to take it a bit more slowly. And I think this old girl might need a bit of help. Perhaps a bit more power for that one then. There we go, just struggling on the points there. The second class of locomotive I want to show today is, of course, this one, the Coronation Class. And these were introduced before our Queen's coronation back in 1937, but it is hard not to think of our Queen's coronation when this locomotive is mentioned, and it does serve as quite a nice reminder of everything that's happened since our Queen's coronation back in 1952. For instance, she saw Winston Churchill as Prime Minister. That seems so long ago, and yet it was part of her reign. She saw the Beatles rise to fame. That's such a massive part of British history. She saw the death penalty abolished in 1965. She saw the introduction of decimal currency, that's pounds and pence to those of us who were born long after the fact. Again, that seems like such an ancient piece of history. She saw the coming of the internet, which was invented in 1989 by Tim Berners-Lee. She saw the Channel Tunnel built back in 1992, and of course that was a major technological development. She saw her Golden Jubilee in 2002, 50 years on the throne. What a remarkable achievement. Since then, she's seen COVID sweep the world, and yet she continued to serve in her role throughout it. Again, what a marvellous achievement. And then finally, this year, in fact, she saw her Platinum Jubilee, which, as everybody says, was absolutely unprecedented. Nobody has served on the throne for as long as Queen Elizabeth II. So, let's finish off this video with a little bit of action from the Coronation Class. So again, quite an easy decision on which two coronations I was going to run. Here we've got a little bit like the modern Hornby Princess, we have the new-tooled modern Hornby Coronation Class. This one is carrying the name Queen Elizabeth, but of course these locomotives were named long before Queen Elizabeth II's coronation. So this actually refers to our Queen Mother, Queen Elizabeth, but I think just for today we can take it to mean our Queen, can't we? Just for today. And then on the middle line, we have, again, one of the old original triangle designs of Coronation Class, except this one is quite unique because it's been repainted by a previous owner into, as far as I know, a fictional LMS black livery. Very, very strange, never had a use for it until today. But as we're in mourning for Queen Elizabeth, I thought the black is the perfect choice. So let's get these two running and we'll enjoy two coronations produced at very different times, but both of them during our Queen's reign. And I think yet again the old model probably needs a little bit of help, or maybe a lot of help. There we go, there we go. Well folks, I hope you've enjoyed seeing this video today. I did consider just not posting a video today out of respect, but then I got to thinking, you know, I never miss a video. And there are people out there who look forward to the videos, they use them to bring themselves a little bit of pleasure, and I think today, on this very sad day, that's probably more important than ever before. So rather than cancelling the video entirely, I thought I would make a new one and release it instead, just to pay my respects, with hopefully a very respectful video, just in memory and in recognition of our Queen. And hopefully this has been an opportunity for you to pay your respects as well. I've showed off some engines that might remind you of the Queen, and at least now the channel has done something to recognise the Queen. So thank you so much for watching. Again, if you've got anything you'd like to say down in the comments, memories, final thoughts, please feel free to do that. And thank you also for showing your respect as well down in the comments. Alright folks, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know if that's the right thing to say or not, but you know what I mean. Thank you again. I'll see you very soon. Okay, cheers everybody.